Well, good afternoon. We're continuing on with the commentary, but this time it's a brand new commentary. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, and so we'll start with an introduction and chapter 1. Firstly, who wrote the book of Ecclesiastes? The author, the teacher or preacher, has traditionally been identified as Solomon because only he was the son of David, king of Israel, in Jerusalem. It was confirmed in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 1, and Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 12, who achieved great fame for his wisdom, wealth, and achievements in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 9 to 12. So we know he's the author. So when was the book written? According to Jewish tradition, Solomon wrote 3 books: the Song of Songs in his youth, the Proverbs when he was in middle age, because he's learned something by the time he's got to then, and then Ecclesiastes in his old age, where he's now got wisdom and he's seen his mistakes along the way. Thus, he would have written this book around 935 BC, 4 years or so before his death. So, chapter 1, the vanity of all human courses. Verse 1, the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanities of vanities, says the preacher. Vanities of vanities, all is vanity. What profit has a man of all of his labor which he takes under the sun? Does your physical work on the earth mean anything in eternity? No, unless it brings glory and honor to the Father through Jesus Christ, his Son. Verse 4, one generation passes away and another one rises up to take its place, but the earth abides forever. That is, until Jesus comes and reigns on the existing earth for 1,000 years, and then it is destroyed, and he makes a new version without any seas. The sun also rises, and the sun goes down and hastens to its place from where it arose. The sun obeys God's creation laws. It shall shine by day and not by night. Of course, at this time, Solomon, who had double portion of wisdom, still had not got the revelation that the earth was spinning on its own axis with one revolution every 24 hours. And the wind in the northern hemisphere goes towards the south, towards the equator, and then turns unto the north again and whirls back to continually, and the winds rain and returns again, according to his circuits. All rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the river comes, there they return again. Actually, now we know that there are some rivers that never run into the ocean. But that knowledge was not available at the time this book was written. All things are full of labor. Man cannot honor it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The body wants always to looking for more. It's unsatiable when it comes to knowledge. The thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. That's what the thinking was back in 1935 BC, 935 BC. It was inconceivable that we would have horseless carriages, or that we could travel from place to place in mechanical birds. It was impossible to believe that mankind could actually fly to the moon, or that we could talk to someone on the other side of the world from inside our own houses. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It has already been of old times before us. Well, coming from a family line of inventors, I can suggest some new innovations. The Hurricane Fighter in World War II, and the Hawker Harrier, which is known as the Jump Jet, both designed by Sidney Cam, one of my relatives, and my little contribution to technology as part of the small team of inventors that designed the codec chip, the fundamental building block of the digital age, way back in 1969, and the first fully digital telephone exchange in the world, also in 1969. followed by the military version of what we now call the internet. When we do that? In 1970. And then in 1981, we invented bomb-proof concrete. Verse 11, there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things to come with those things that shall come after. Verse 12, fulfilled prophecy. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem. It was promised to him by God from his father. Solomon reigned over Israel from Jerusalem for the period from 970 BC till 931 BC, a period of 40 years of peace. I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail has God given of man to be exercised therewith. God has given us a brain, and he expects us to exercise it. We exercise our bodies. He expects us to exercise our brain as well. I have seen all of the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. It's an exasperation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. I commune with all of my heart, saying, lo, I have come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yes, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. Alas, Solomon failed to give glory to God for his wisdom. God promised Solomon a double portion of wisdom in 1 Kings 4, 29 and 30. If you don't give God the glory for his gifts, then maybe he'll take them away. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this is also vexation and exasperation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge also increases sorrow.